Size 5 ship weapons, but which ones are best? Today we're answering that question by looking at all your options for S5 weapons purchasable in in-game shops with aUEC. We'll analyze everything and split results between what's best for PvE and PvP. We're using a Constellation Andromeda for these tests because it allows us to use 4 size 5s at once. Links to other weapon sizes are in the description below, and with that out of the way, let's go. Starting with the heavy hitters, cannons. Up first, the Deadbolt V, a modernized Devarin ballistic cannon by Asperia, and probably the most popular cannon of all. It does an impressive 1707 burst DPS with a max alpha damage of 1024, but despite what seems to be good damage numbers, the size 5 is just really bad overall, being much too slow with bullets traveling at only 828 meters per second. This means that you almost have to be right on top of your target to hit them reliably. It's a shame because the smaller deadbolts are pretty cool for PvE, but this one just falls completely flat compared to the other options on this list. Avoid. Next, the most popular stock laser cannon of all size 5s, the M7A by Bearing Applied Technology. Even though it has just a slightly less burst DPS of 1536 and 922 max alpha damage compared to the Deadbolt V, it makes for a better choice. Why is that? Well, it has 92 meters per second faster projectile speed and unlimited ammo. Truth be told though, they're both comically bad against anything faster than a turtle with 3 legs. They're just way too slow, which completely void their good damage stats. And the 100 rounds per minute certainly doesn't help the matter. Then there's the Omnisky XV laser cannon, my personal go-to laser weapon for PvE. It has a burst DPS of 1230, max alpha damage of 492 and fires 150 rounds per minute. The projectile velocity is also much faster than the Deadbolt V and M7A at 1288 meters per second, though that's still pretty bad when it comes to PvP. Even though I'm a big fan of the Omnisky cannons in general, the S5 version just feels underwhelming compared to the smaller variants. A shame really, it's almost like CRG doesn't want the size 5 cannons to be good. Okay wait, there's one more, the Lightstrike V, but is it any good? Well, it's definitely your best option when it comes to PvP, firing 250 rounds per minute with a projectile velocity of 1656 meters per second. It also does a burst DPS of 1036 and 249 max alpha damage, which might not sound like much, but it's highly accurate against smaller, more nimble fighters in PvE and PvP alike. Where the Lightstrike V suffers is with dealing enough damage against tankier targets, because even if you land all your shots, because it fires so fast, you'll constantly be recharging your shots. And boy does it recharge slow. It doesn't even matter if you have the best power plants or coolers on there, which brings us to repeaters. The Attrition 5 by Houston Dynamics is another one of my favorites for PvE and just looks great on any ship. It has a very good burst DPS of 1965 and 337 max alpha damage, firing 350 rounds per minute. It's definitely one of the better options for PvE against harder bounties with big, slow-moving targets. But where it falls short is the projectile speed of just 1000 meters per second. Needless to say, don't even attempt to PvP with this one, no matter how cool it might look. A better option if you really want to take a size 5 weapon into a PvP battle, especially against smaller targets, is the CF 557 Galdareen laser repeater by Behring. It does a burst DPS of 1227 and max alpha damage of only 98, but seeing as it fires 750 rounds per minute with a projectile speed of 1800 meters per second, it's starting to sound a whole lot better. Spoiler alert, it's not. Compared to the size 3s and 4s, the size 5 once again feels underwhelming. I've saved the best for last. In my opinion, the only and best size 5 weapon in Star Citizen worth using that you can buy in shops in patch 4.6 is the AD5B by Behring Applied Technology. A ballistic Gatling gun that looks awesome, feels powerful, and can melt anything with its incredible 900 rounds per minute. The AD5B has a burst DPS of 1898 and max alpha damage of 127, not to mention 5004 rounds of ammo per gun, which isn't bad, though it could definitely be more. Do it, CIG. For the fans. There's one bad thing though, and that's the bullet speed of only 900 meters per second, making it terrible for PvP and anything more maneuverable than you, unless you can keep them really close to you. Here's a fun fact: all size 5 weapons purchasable in shops for aUEC in patch 4.6 have a max range of 3.3 kilometers. Except for the M7A, which is only 3 kilometers. CIG did us dirty with size 5 weapons. As for which is best, I'd say for PvE, the AD5B ballistic Gatling gun, or attrition 5 if you prefer lasers, and for PvP, the CF557 Galdareen laser repeater. What do you think? Which S5 weapon do you think is best in Star Citizen? Let us know in the comments and be sure to check out this video next.